Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered how something as small and sweet as a blueberry could actually help your heart? It may seem surprising, but some of the most powerful natural helpers for our health come in the smallest packages. Blueberries, those little blue orbs, aren't just delicious. They're full of natural compounds that can gently support your blood pressure in very real ways. Let's take a quiet moment together to look at how blueberries can be a calming addition to your daily meals and a smart step for your heart. Blueberries are rich in something called anthocyanins. That's a big word, but here's all you really need to know. Anthocyanins are natural pigments that give blueberries their deep blue color, and they help relax your blood vessels. That's important because when your blood vessels are more relaxed, your blood pressure tends to ease down. There was a study from the journal Hypertension, a trusted source from the American Heart Association, that found people who ate just under a cup of blueberries a day saw improvements in blood vessel function and a modest decrease in blood pressure after just a few weeks. That's not magic. That's the natural power of food gently working with your body. Think of it this way. Your blood vessels are like garden hoses. Over time, pressure builds if the hose gets stiff or clogged, but blueberries help keep those hoses soft, flexible, and flowing freely. Now, let's make that real. Imagine this. You wake up, pour yourself a small bowl of oatmeal, maybe the kind you heat slowly on the stove. You stir in a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries. That's it. No complicated recipes. No special pills. Just a warm, comforting breakfast that's quietly working behind the scenes to support your heart. You don't need to go hunting for wild blueberries or buy exotic supplements. The ones in the produce section, or even frozen in a bag, work just fine. In fact, frozen blueberries are picked at peak ripeness, so they still carry those heart-healthy benefits. And if you're not much of a breakfast person, no problem. Try sprinkling blueberries into a small bowl of Greek yogurt for a mid-morning snack. Or blend them into a smoothie with half a banana and a splash of almond milk. It's simple, gentle, doable. What's more, blueberries are low in sodium, which is one of the key triggers for high blood pressure in the first place. You may have heard that too much salt stiffens your arteries and raises pressure inside them. So when you choose a food like blueberries, you're not just adding a healthy item. You're helping replace something that might not serve you well. Here's another small but interesting fact. Blueberries also have fiber. Just about 5 grams in a single cup. And fiber can help regulate blood sugar and reduce inflammation, both of which play quiet roles in managing blood pressure over time. It's amazing how much good can come from something so small. But remember, this isn't about eating a mountain of blueberries all at once. It's about making them part of your regular rhythm, a few times a week, a small handful here and there. Think of it like this. Every time you reach for blueberries, you're telling your body, I care, I'm listening. It's a peaceful way to nudge your health in the right direction. And in case you're wondering, yes, other berries like strawberries and raspberries are good too. But blueberries stand out in studies for their particular benefits to blood pressure, thanks to their unique mix of antioxidants. So next time you're in the store, maybe pick up a small container, keep it in the fridge where you can see it. And when you reach for a snack, let those little blue gems be your choice. No fanfare, no pressure, just simple quiet support for your heart. Now, let's glide gently from blue to green. Among the most powerful foods for supporting healthy blood pressure are ones you've probably seen all your life. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula, even romaine lettuce. These everyday greens hold a key ingredient your body quietly craves, potassium. Potassium is essential because it helps your body manage sodium, the mineral that, in excess, tightens your blood vessels and raises blood pressure. When you eat foods rich in potassium, your body is better able to flush out extra sodium through your urine. That means your arteries can relax a little. Your heart doesn't have to work quite as hard, and over time, your blood pressure may ease back toward a healthier place. The connection between potassium and blood pressure is backed by science. A review published in the New England Journal of Medicine looked at over trials and concluded that higher potassium intake can lead to modest but meaningful reductions in blood pressure, especially in people who already have high blood pressure. But here's something comforting. You don't need to eat huge salads or become a health nut to benefit. Just a handful of leafy greens added to what you're already eating can help. Let's take a real-life example. Picture this. It's lunchtime. You're making a sandwich. Instead of just using tomato and cheese, you slip in a layer of fresh spinach leaves. That's it. That single layer adds a little potassium, a little magnesium, and a little fiber. No stress, no mess. Just an extra leaf of calm for your body. You could also toss a handful of arugula into a soup just before serving, or stir chopped kale into a simple pasta dish. These small steps build over time. Swiss chard, for example, contains about mg of potassium in just one cooked cup. That's nearly a quarter of what your body needs for the entire day. And it's not just potassium. These greens also give you magnesium and nitrates, natural compounds that help widen blood vessels and improve blood flow. One study from the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology showed that consuming foods high in natural nitrates like leafy greens may help lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in a safe and gradual way. Let's pause for a moment here, because I want to remind you, this is not about being perfect. You don't need to become a vegetarian or fill your fridge with kale. It's simply about including more of these nourishing greens where you can. If you enjoy morning eggs, try cooking them with a few spinach leaves. If you like smoothies, toss in a handful of baby kale with your fruit. You won't even taste it, but your body will feel it. And if raw greens aren't your thing, gently cooking them can make them easier to chew and digest. Lightly sauté spinach in a little olive oil and garlic, or add chopped greens to a stir-fry or casserole. There's no wrong way, as long as it fits your comfort and your rhythm. Some people ask, what about canned greens? It's a fair question. If you use canned spinach or other greens, just check the label for sodium. Try to choose low-sodium versions and rinse them with water before cooking. That can reduce the salt by nearly half. It's these little adjustments done regularly that make the difference. And here's a gentle encouragement. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, leafy greens are not a replacement, but they can work alongside your medication to support your overall heart health. Just let your doctor know you're adding more potassium-rich foods, especially if you're on medications that affect potassium levels. We're not chasing quick fixes here. We're walking a steady path, one meal at a time, one leafy bite at a time. So the next time you're at the market, maybe let your eyes wander over to the greens. Pick up a small bunch of something you like, or something new. You don't need to commit to a diet. You just need to try it once, and then again, because every gentle step is a step forward. Now, let's imagine it's early morning. The sun is coming through the window. The house is quiet, and you're deciding what to eat for breakfast. If you reach for a warm bowl of oats, you're doing something simple and powerful for your blood pressure. Oats are more than just a comforting start to the day. They're packed with a kind of fiber called beta-glucan, which may help lower both total cholesterol and blood pressure. That's a gentle double benefit for your heart. Let's look at how that works. Beta-glucan is a soluble fiber, meaning it dissolves in water and forms a soft, gel-like texture as it moves through your digestive system. That gel helps slow down digestion and the absorption of sugars and fats. More importantly for blood pressure, it helps improve the elasticity of blood vessels and reduce inflammation, which in turn helps lower resistance in your arteries. In a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people who consumed oat-based products for at least 4 weeks saw a significant reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. The study showed that even about grams of beta-glucan per day, that's just one bowl of oatmeal, can be enough to begin seeing benefits. And this doesn't mean you need to switch to bland or tasteless meals. Oats are incredibly versatile. Imagine this real-life scene. You stir a half cup of rolled oats into warm water or milk, simmer it gently on the stove, and then top it with sliced banana, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and perhaps a few blueberries. Remember them from earlier? It's a calm, nourishing meal, and it's helping your blood vessels stay relaxed and resilient. There's something deeply comforting about eating warm oats. They're easy to chew, easy to digest, and they don't spike your blood sugar the way some boxed cereals or toast might. That's important because rapid spikes and crashes in blood sugar can increase stress hormones, which in turn can raise blood pressure. Oats also contain magnesium, which plays a quiet but important role in muscle and nerve function, including the muscles in your blood vessels. A small bowl of oatmeal delivers about mg of magnesium, depending on how it's prepared. You may be wondering, what kind of oats are best? Steel-cut oats and rolled oats are both great choices. Steel-cut oats are slightly less processed and take a bit longer to cook, but they also digest more slowly, which can be even better for blood sugar and pressure control. Rolled oats are quicker to prepare and still contain all that good fiber. Both are good. What matters is what works for your routine. Try to avoid instant-flavored oatmeals that come in packets. While convenient, they often contain added sugars and sodium, two things that don't help when we're trying to lower blood pressure. If you like a bit of sweetness, try drizzling a little honey or maple syrup instead. Even better, add naturally. Sweet fruits like apples, pears, or raisins. These not only taste good, but also add more fiber and vitamins. If you're someone who prefers savory flavors in the morning, oats can work there too. Cook your oats with a pinch of salt, then stir in chopped spinach or kale, a soft boiled egg, and a sprinkle of grated cheese. It's a wholesome, hearty meal, still gentle on your blood pressure. Some people even batch cook oats in a slow cooker overnight, so they wake up to a ready-made breakfast. You can portion it out and keep it in the fridge for easy warming throughout the week. That makes heart-friendly eating feel less like a chore and more like a kind gesture to yourself. You might be surprised at how quickly oats can become a comforting habit. And remember, even if you don't eat oats every day, having them a few times a week can still support better heart health. That's the beauty of this approach. It's not about perfection. It's about pattern. One more thoughtful note. If you have celiac disease or are avoiding gluten, look for certified gluten-free oats. Most oats are naturally gluten-free, but they can sometimes be processed in places that also handle wheat. That small detail can make a difference if you're sensitive. So whether it's a simple morning bowl, a snack with fruit and yogurt, or even baked into muffins with mashed bananas, oats give your body something real, something steady, and in return, your body thanks you with quieter, gentler rhythms, inside your chest, inside your blood vessels. Warm food, warm heart. Let's take a quiet walk now, down into the earth where something vibrant and deeply nourishing grows. Beets. Beets may not be everyone's favorite vegetable, especially at first glance, but these ruby-red roots are among the most powerful natural foods for supporting healthy blood pressure. They offer something unique, something your heart and blood vessels truly appreciate: dietary nitrates. When you eat beets, your body converts these natural nitrates into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide helps your blood vessels relax and expand, improving circulation and gently lowering blood pressure. It's like opening up the roads inside your body, letting traffic move more freely. This isn't just theory, it's science. A well-known study published in the journal Hypertension showed that drinking just 1 cup of beetroot juice led to a noticeable drop in blood pressure in healthy adults, often within just a few hours. In fact, the effect was comparable to some mild blood pressure medications, though of course without replacing them. That's a powerful idea. Your next grocery store trip could include something that works with your body, without needing a prescription. But you don't have to drink beet juice if that sounds too strong. Let's bring it into real life. Imagine this. It's dinner time. You take a small beet, roast it in the oven with a little olive oil until it's tender and sweet. Then you slice it onto a salad, perhaps with some spinach or arugula and a bit of goat cheese or chopped walnuts. It's not fancy. It's not complicated, but it's deeply nourishing. Roasting beets brings out their natural sweetness. You can also shred them raw into a slaw, pickle them for a tangy snack, or even blend a small cooked beet into a fruit smoothie. That bright pink color? That's nature's way of telling you something powerful is inside. Let's gently break it down further. 1 cup of raw beets has about calories, very little fat, and almost no sodium. But it provides roughly 20% of your daily folate needs and a solid amount of potassium. That's another helper for managing pressure from within, just like the leafy greens we talked about earlier. Beets are also rich in antioxidants, particularly betalains, which give them their vivid red color and may help reduce inflammation. Inflammation, even when it's quiet and low level, can affect the flexibility of your arteries. Over time, the stiffness contributes to higher blood pressure. When you reduce inflammation through nourishing foods like beets, you help your blood vessels stay open and smooth. Here's a gentle word of reassurance. Some people notice a pinkish color in their urine or stool after eating beets. This is completely harmless and just a sign that your body is processing the pigments. So, if it happens, don't worry. Your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You might also be wondering, do canned beets count? The answer is yes, with a small caution. Canned beets are still rich in nitrates and can be a good option, especially when fresh ones aren't available. Just check the sodium content on the label. If it's high, rinse them under cold water to remove some of the salt before using. And if you're not quite ready to cook with beets just yet, consider trying a small amount of beet juice. You can buy it bottled at most health food stores. Start with a 1/4 cup mixed with another juice like apple or orange to mellow the flavor. Over time, your taste for beets may gently grow. That's often the case with natural foods. They become more enjoyable the more we include them. Let's come back to our image of roads inside the body. When those roads are narrow or stiff, the pressure builds. But when they're open and flexible, everything flows more easily. Beets help clear the way, softly and naturally. There's a quiet beauty in this root vegetable. It's not flashy. It doesn't shout for attention, but it works patiently and effectively, just like many of us as we grow older. It's steady, reliable, resilient. So next time you're walking through the produce section, don't pass the beets by. Pause, pick up a few, let them sit on your counter, then gently invite them into your week, just one meal at a time. It's one more way to say to your body, I'm listening, I'm taking care of us. Let's close this circle with something warm and familiar, something you likely already use but may not realize just how helpful it can be. Garlic. Garlic has been cherished for centuries, not just for its flavor, but for its healing properties. And when it comes to supporting your blood pressure, garlic stands quietly among the most effective natural foods you can include in your diet. The magic of garlic lies in a compound called allicin. When you crush, chop, or chew fresh garlic, your body transforms it into allicin, a natural compound that helps your blood vessels relax and widen. This, in turn, can gently lower your blood pressure, ease strain on your heart, and improve circulation. But unlike many supplements or fad foods, garlic works subtly and slowly, like a wise old friend showing up day after day. There's science to support this. A comprehensive review published in Integrated Blood Pressure Control found that garlic supplements significantly lowered both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in people with high readings. In fact, the effect was similar to low-dose blood pressure medication in some cases. That's a powerful finding, but remember, you don't need to take garlic pills. Eating garlic as part of your meals can offer similar steady support. Let's make this real. Imagine this. You're cooking dinner. You drizzle olive oil into a warm pan, then add 2 cloves of fresh garlic, finely chopped. As the aroma fills the kitchen, your meal transforms, not just in flavor, but in healthfulness. Garlic works its quiet magic, not loudly, but consistently. You might add that garlic to a vegetable stir-fry, or simmer it in a tomato sauce for pasta, or rub it onto a piece of chicken or fish before roasting. The possibilities are endless, and they don't require fancy recipes. Here's a small tip. Let garlic rest for about 2 minutes after chopping before cooking. This gives the allicin time to fully form. It's a simple trick that can increase its heart health benefits. Fresh garlic is best, but if peeling and chopping cloves isn't convenient, pre-minced garlic in jars is a good alternative. Just check the label and avoid ones packed with too much added salt or preservatives. And while garlic powder can be helpful, it's usually not as potent as fresh. What about odor? Yes, garlic has a strong smell, and it can linger, but there are gentle ways to handle it. Pairing garlic with fresh parsley, lemon, or a small slice of apple after meals can help neutralize the smell naturally. And cooking. Garlic, rather than eating it raw, softens both the flavor and the scent. Now, garlic doesn't act alone. It often works best as part of a lifestyle that supports heart health. That means pairing it with other foods we've talked about, like leafy greens, oats, and beets. Garlic enhances their flavors and supports your overall well-being. And here's something comforting. Garlic isn't just good for your blood pressure. It's also anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and full of antioxidants. All of these benefits work together to help your body stay strong, especially as we age. You might think of garlic as medicine in the kitchen. It doesn't come with warnings on a label. It doesn't cost much, and it's been used for generations by people all over the world who understood its value before science ever caught up. Let's revisit a real-life example. Say you're making soup. A little olive oil, a chopped onion, a few cloves of garlic, and some diced vegetables. Maybe you add a handful of spinach, a few sliced carrots, and some low-sodium broth. That simple. Soup, simmered gently, becomes a bowl full of heart support. Or maybe it's roasted garlic spread onto a slice of whole-grain toast, topped with avocado. That's comfort food with purpose. And if you're someone who prefers very gentle flavors, try roasting an entire head of garlic in the oven. Wrap it in foil, bake it at 375 degrees Celsius for minutes, and the cloves become soft, sweet, and mellow, perfect for spreading on toast or mixing into mashed potatoes. Small steps, simple meals. That's how garlic becomes part of your rhythm. One final note. Garlic can interact with some medications, particularly blood thinners. If you're on such medication, it's worth mentioning your garlic intake to your doctor, especially if you're also taking garlic supplements. But for most people, using garlic in food a few times a week is not only safe, it's deeply beneficial. So when you look at that humble bulb sitting on your kitchen counter, remember, it's not just there for taste. It's a tiny powerhouse, a natural ally, and every clove is a quiet step toward steadier blood pressure and better heart health. Let it be part of your rhythm, a gift to your body, a flavor of care.